Hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining this class. Today we're going to be learning files testing. I would say about 10% of people at their QA job would be doing file testing, and let's learn what type of files exist, how we're going to be testing, what we're going to be testing there, and learn the file types that we're going to be testing as well. But before doing that, I would like to explain you one concept because that's what you're going to be hearing at work as well. Upstream, downstream. These are just words to describe where information data is coming from. So upstream, for example, um, what you're getting from somewhere. If you are, for example, driving a car, your gas tank is upstream for the engine, right? Because your engine will not work if the gas tank will not send the gas, right? So, or seamless application, for example, or GrabHub is an upstream for restaurants because you order from the seamless and seamless sends this uh, message to the restaurants so the restaurants can um, prepare your food. Downstream basically systems that get data from your system, whatever it is. For example, from the engine wheels, you know, are the downstream because, well, engine sends the motion, right? Wheels need motion, and that will be sent from the engine to the wheels. So engine is upstream for the wheel, wheel is a downstream for the engine, basically. Or for example, Uber Drive app is a downstream to client's application. So you go into your Uber and you order where you want to go. That information will be sent to the Uber driver application through the uh, through the Uber company. So you go to your Uber application, you order a taxi. That information will be sent to the Uber servers, and the server sends that information to the driver's application. Driver receives it and then can accept it and take over. As simple as like as a mentor, I'm your upstream. I created these courses for you to make it your life easier to learn what is necessary, right? And the information that I'm giving, because I'm giving information, I'm your upstream. For me, you are my downstream because I'm going to be sending you data, basically sending you the knowledge. Okay. So let's do some exercise here. Upstream and downstream. So upstream, application that provides the data. Downstream, that application that receives data. That's it. Up, down, basically up, down. Upstream, downstream. So let's say that front controller, you're working on this server. Let's imagine this is your primary testing target, and this is where you're working. What's your upstream? What's your upstream? What do you think? Absolutely. Filter engine is the upstream because this is filter engine is going to send information to the front controller. What is your downstream from front controller? What is your downstream? Everything, but the immediate one is request processor and view flow manager. You see, if you just look at the diagram, you will see it. The architecture already shows you that this one is sending information to request processor and view flow manager. So that is your downstream application. This is your upstream, and these are your downstreams. All right. So how does the data move between servers? How these servers communicate to each other? All these servers, these are servers, and this is a database, and everything else is a server. These squares are servers. Information is always sent in a file format. So this is our, for example, architecture. I'm going to teach you this kind of architecture. It's a trading architecture. You're going to learn if you want to make great money. A lot of money is paid in the banking industry, and if you want to work there, the best way is for you is to learn stock trading platforms, and I'm going to teach that, but not in this lesson, but just to show you the information that's flowing from transaction manager, matching utils, accounting system, custodians, compliance, clearing houses. All this information is sent in file format. Servers send in files, okay, in files. All right, so let's go ahead. In your personal life, you have worked with PDF files, Excel files, text files. So in what format at work the files are sent? 99% of the files that you're going to be seeing and testing at work are going to be XML, CSV, text, flat file. Majority of them, I would say 99% of the time, you're going to see XML, JSON, flat file, text, CSV. But from those 99% of the time, I would say 70% of the time, you're going to be working with text, basically flat files. Flat file is exactly like text, just it doesn't have .txt extension, okay? If you have Excel, if you just take it and save it as CSV, you're gonna see it's a CSV, pretty straightforward CSV file. Text file, well, let me share my whole screen actually. So this text, I just opened Notepad. This is a text file. So in that format, text file will just open Notepad and save anything, and that's a text file. Flat file, exactly like that text file, and text file reads it, and you're gonna see it. Flat file is the most rudimentary, most fundamental file. It just doesn't have .txt, but it's exactly works like text file. You can open with Notepad, you can read it, you can do it. It's the most basic file out there. All right, so XML looks like this, right? So I actually saved multiple and created some multiple XML files. I'm gonna put it right here, for example. Pretty straightforward. Student name, your name, right? Your age, gender, address, where you live, what course you are taking, whatever it is, right? That's XML file. Pretty straightforward. You can easily read it. Another format, you're gonna see JSON, exactly like this. You see, these are called tags. This in red is called tags. Tags, and these are values. For example, employee ID is a tag, but every employee will have their own ID number. So that's a value, right? First name, everybody has their first name. This is a tag, doesn't change, but the first name changed for each one of you. Last name changed for each of you. Last name is a tag. Hire date, right? Doesn't change, this is a tag. Value is this. So similarly, you see ID, name, description. It's just how it's given looks differently, but this is JSON format, so this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna put a couple of you for you. I'm gonna attach them just for you to see. Here we go, JSON format, the same information like student Jane Doe, age 22, gender female, address is this, San Francisco, California, zip code. These are tags, these are values, tags, values, tags, values. Course English, art, music, etc., etc. All right, so majority of time you're gonna receive like these files. You see, these are the files. This is text file, order ID, customer name, customer names, email, here their emails, right? And then you have their phone number, their item name, what they purchased, t-shirt, quantity, how many they purchased, price at which, total, shipping address, and billing address, etc. So you can see right here. So shipping address, billing address, everything. Awesome, awesome. So as you can see, file type is pretty straightforward. XML JSONs are also like plain English. You can read it, you can understand it. But that's not what you do. That's not what you're gonna do. You're not gonna be opening and reading and sitting, etc. So what do you do then? Why we are doing this? Because, well, you're gonna be testing if the files are generated correctly, right? Where it's supposed to be location of the file, that you're gonna have a this information you're gonna get from the business analyst, where the file should be generated, where it should be located, in which servers it should be, what time they should be generated, every 4 p.m., 3 p.m., every 1 hour, or every once month at specific time, specific period, what the name of the file is supposed to be. And you're gonna test it, make sure it looks good. Size of the file, how big it should be, right? Type of the file, is it supposed to be XML file, JSON file, text file, CSV file, or a flat file? This information, all of this, you're going to get from business analyst, obviously. Format and contents. So what it's supposed to have, what it's supposed to have contents. So let's talk about file format and contents. So as I said, if you go just open right here, stocks, for example, stock purchases. All right, so first you have here, all right, starting information. You can have headers, right, like these results, like the header, or and then tags. You see, these are tags. Transaction ID is a tag, customer is a tag, customer is a tag, email is a tag, right? And then you have values. So values are given like this, or you can have like in JSON format. This is tag, and these are values. Tag and value. Value is that changes. Name, for example, is a tag, and your name is going to be value. My name's value is Hushnut, right? Hushnut Beg. So that is value for that tag. Tag is name. What's your last name? Last name is a tag. Value is Yulchiyev, for example. Same. So tags are identifiers. Values are the exact data that belongs to that specific thing. And then delimiter, how the data is separated. Here you can see it's separated with comma, comma, comma. Instead of comma, it could be just like this, space. It could be just a space instead of comma. So it could be comma, it could be a space. Makes sense? All right. So, or it could be double dot as well. It could be double dot as well instead of space thing. It could be like double dot like this, or semicolon like this. But in this case, it's a separation of the data. How do we know this belongs to another? Is comma, comma. All right, so you're going to verify where the file is, right? Let's go again. Where the file is, where it's located, specific path, right? They're going to give you, oh, it has to be in the desktop. If it's in desktop, you're going to go and check, okay, here we go, e-commerce. The file is right here. Okay, cool. All right, so then time of file generation, you can look it up. Properties, time generated, here we go, 3:21, 6 p.m. Perfect, date, etc. Excellent. And does it match or not? Then you're going to say name of the file. So e-commerce and stocks, maybe it should supposed to be different. If it is different, it's a bug. You're going to log the bug. Perfect. And then what? Size of the file. Just going to see the size. Show properties. The size is 1 kilobyte basically, or 4 kilobytes. It's 4 kilobyte right here. 4 kilobytes. Maybe most likely it's going to be one. It could be even 1 gigabyte big file as well at work. Type of file, what it's supposed to be. Well, this is a text file. This is txt file. You know, look it up. Right? txt, you see, text document. Excellent. And you're going to test format and contents. So format, contents, you're going to see, does it have all the tags here, tags? Does it have all the values? Does it have, is the values are separated with specific tags? And you might have a header and trailer, like at the end, you know, in the beginning. That's it. That's how you're going to test. But this is file formats you tested. And if it's a big file inside the contents, if you want to test, how are you going to do it? So how do you test the full files? Okay, there are testing the files. Most of the time what you're going to do is you're going to take the source file, basically benchmark file, and you're going to compare the new file with that benchmark file. Okay, you're going to compare the this file with the benchmark file. So let me create one for you guys. Let me create. Benchmark means it's for comparing. You got it from, for example, you got it from either business analyst or developer, or you got them from different environment, for example, production environment, and you're comparing it to the QA environment once you have the file, if it's same or not. For that reason, you can use multiple tools. I'm going to show you multiple tools. I'm going to first show you Unix. In order to do it, we can open Cygwin and get to our desktop. If you remember how to do it, I'm gonna show you. So CD, see. So I'm in desktop. I'm gonna go to users, and then I'm gonna go to OneDrive. All right, I'm on desktop right now. I can see all of this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the difference between two files. They're exactly the same. There should be no differences right now if I diff it. But if there are differences, it will show. And I'm going to create some differences as well. Diff e-commerce dot txt with e-commerce benchmark dot txt. I misspelled. Oh, e-commerce, and I wrote, so I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write if e-commerce dot txt e-commerce benchmark dot txt. Excellent. It's empty because there's absolutely no difference. So I'm gonna create some differences. Okay, I'm gonna just delete here, delete here, add here, add there. Awesome. I changed it, and I'm gonna redo the test again. Awesome. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see it? Yes, you do. Here are the differences. You can see the differences. So each line where the differences are, what's the difference, it's showing you. Excellent, excellent. So this is one way of testing it. Diff, Unix diffing, it's called. You're just gonna write diff and the file names, and you're gonna see the differences immediately. For example, I do for stocks, there will be no differences again, okay? So let's see the other tools, Notepad++ in Winmerge, okay? Notepad++. Download, I'm gonna just download and show you. These tools are super easy to use and very friendly. Come on, what is this? Right. Okay, next, agree, next, install. All right, finish. Cool, here we go. So what you do is you're gonna grab the files and drop it. and that's it. For example, cool. You see, I grabbed and dropped 2 files. So once you have it, so you see e-commerce and e-commerce benchmark, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and click the plugins, okay, and then you're gonna do a compare. Just in case if you don't have the plugins, you just go to here, plugins admin, and you can write compare. I have it already, so yeah, you can just click like compare or compare, I already have it, that's why it doesn't show. For example, compare plus, for example, and then you can click install and it will install it. Make sense? For example, like that. So right here I have compare. If I uninstall it, and then I can show it to you in case you don't have it. I'm just going to show it to you. All right, here, not Notepad plus, I don't have it right now. I'm just going to show it to you in case you don't have it. Compare. Usually it immediately came with the compare all the time, but this time I don't know why it didn't have it. Just click yes, done. Now I'm going to have compare. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is once you download it, you're just going to go ahead and I have both of them, and then I'm just going to do compare. Done. And you can see it immediately flags the places where it has differences. If you see differences, obviously you're going to retest it, and then you're going to just go ahead and report these differences. You can see here, for example, and you can change the colors as well. You can play around with this tool. It's pretty simple and straightforward. You drop them, and then you're just going to go to plugins and then compare. Compare. That's it, right here. You can see it's highlighting this has RR extra. It doesn't have here Sarah. Here A is missing. Everything. So excellent. It shows you exactly where the differences are. And this is Notepad++, and this is what you can use. I like Notepad++ if you want to use, for example, just gonna go to Google. Winmerge, we can do Winmerge as well. Winmerge. Download. Both tools are amazing. Either one, whichever one you like, you can just go ahead and use it. So let me go ahead, get this as well installed, and I'm gonna show it to you. Cool. All right, let's see. Cool, here we go in merge, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take, for example, these two and drop it to Winmerge. It immediately shows me the differences right here. RR, you see Sarah, this is extra, it's missing here. And here 9 is missing. Excellent, excellent. And if I do the other one, it's not gonna show. You're gonna see it because it's exactly match. And that's what you want. If there's exactly match, then there is no bug, and you can sign off. Selected files are identical. Excellent. They're exactly the same. Perfect. It matched. There are no differences. And you can do the same thing in Notepad++ as well, of course. I can just here, just gonna show it to you. Just take this and where's Notepad++? Here we go. And drop it, both of them here. And if I run compare, if it's exactly the same, it's not gonna show. Perfect. Perfect. You see? Exactly the match. There are no problems here. Yes. So if that is the case, amazing, your testing is passed. Whatever is highlighted, you can take snapshots or include those differences and open the bug ticket for those. Excellent. So you learned how to do it with Unix, you learned how to do it with Winmerge, you learned how to do it with Notepad+. At work, there's a paid tool, for example, Beyond Compare. It can work with multiple files. It's amazing. It's even easier to use than Notepad Plus and Winmerge too. But they're super easy anyways, right? So that's pretty much it. So as a homework, play around. I'm gonna include those files. You can change some things in between the files, and you can play around and see what it is. Okay. As an extra stuff, usually I give freeze your credit reports. If you don't know what freezing is, if you just Google it, you're gonna see it. Freezing basically means you cannot open credit on your name until you unfreeze. You can unfreeze it anytime. Used to cost $5. Right now, I think it's in almost all the states is free to freeze and unfreeze. You should freeze all three: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. That is why it's good, because if somebody steals your identity, your social security number, they cannot open any type of credit on your name. They cannot open credit loans, they cannot get credit cards, they cannot get fake anything. So it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you. You're almost 99% safe, you know what I mean? So I would think 100%, but who knows? But freezing credit report is a must. If you haven't done it, definitely do it. It's good for you, and it's gonna keep you from opening credit cards as well, yourself as well, useless credit cards and wasting money or stuff. So anyway, thank you very much, team, for being with me. So I hope you learned how to do a files comparison, and definitely play around with Winmerge, Notepad Plus, and X, Unix as well with your Cgwin. Have a good night, guys. Thank you very much.